Have you inherited a house, but you're not really sure what to do with it? Today, we're going to talk about all the things you need to consider when dealing with an inherited property, as well as what some of your options are. Hi, Joey Morin with Stonebranch Properties here. Inheriting a house often comes at a difficult time in one's life. So in addition to having to deal with a family member passing, now you have to deal with this property that you may or may not want. So today we're going to talk about some of the things that you should take into consideration, or some things that you can do with this property in order to make the best of this difficult situation. One of the most important things to take into consideration with your inherited property is to make sure that the mortgage is paid or is being paid. Sometimes when you inherit a property, the person before you owned it long enough to have the mortgage completely paid off. But other times there will still be a mortgage associated with the property that you'll then need to take on and start paying. So sometimes, depending upon the bank that you use, they'll allow you to just assume the mortgage without needing to refinance. But a lot of times you'll need to actually refinance with either the same bank or your bank in order to take on the property and start paying the mortgage. Now this is an important thing if you plan on renting out, which we'll get into in a minute, renting out this property, because if you can't get a new loan and refinance the property, then you're not going to be able to rent it out for monthly income for yourself. The next thing you can consider with your inherited property is you could rent it out to gain monthly cash flow and more income in your pocket every single month. This is a great option if you maybe already are a landlord and own some other buildings that you rent out, or have been interested in becoming a landlord for some time. There is definitely going to be some work that's associated with getting the property rented out and marketed to tenants. If you have any questions on that, you can look at one of our previous videos or contact us directly. But there is a lot of work that goes into being a landlord and owning a building and having it maintained. So this is something that's not your cup of tea, but you're still interested in being a landlord. You can look at hiring a property manager or somebody else to manage the property for you that's going to take care of all of the maintenance, marketing, placing tenants, and everything like that. This way you still get the benefits of renting out the property and getting that extra money in your pocket every single month without having to do most of the work yourself. Another thing to keep in mind if you do plan on renting the property out is that property ownership does cost money, especially at first, until you get a tenant placed and that monthly income coming into your pocket. So if the property is outdated or needs repairs, that's something that you're going to need to shell out for at the beginning before you're going to be able to get a tenant placed in there. So it would probably be a good idea to consider hiring somebody, a professional, to inspect the property and go over anything that either needs to be repaired or replaced immediately, or that might need to be replaced within the next 5 years or so. This helps you get out in front of any issues and can even help you decide on whether or not you want to keep the property to rent it out, or maybe decide if selling would be a better idea if you don't want to have to deal with those repairs or maintenance. Another option that you have is you could sell the property. This will get more money in your pocket, and you won't have to worry about maintaining or updating the property if you were to rent it out. So there are a couple ways you could sell it. You could go the traditional route with a listing with an agent. This may or may not be the best option depending upon the condition of the property and how fast you want it to get sold. Typically, listing with an agent will net you more money, but you may have to repair and replace the stuff, clean it out, and pay agent commission fees. So if you're in the situation where you want it sold faster and you don't care as much about the price, you just want to be done with the property and not have to deal with it anymore, a direct home buyer might be a good option for you. So these are the people like the We Buy Houses people and the signs that you see on the side of the road and stuff like that. These are people that are usually real estate investors that will buy your house for cash and fix it up themselves, so you don't have to worry about fixing up or cleaning the property at all. They'll do all of the work necessary and can usually close within 7 days, depending upon how good the investor is. We at Stonebranch Properties are a real estate investing company, so we do buy houses cash in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. So if this is an option that you're interested in, please reach out to us and we would love to talk to you about the details. The next option you have is you can hang on to the property as an investment if the market's rising. This goes hand in hand with renting it out. As typically, if you're still hanging on to the property, you're going to want to rent it out to get some income on there. Unless you don't have the funds to make up for the repairs or maintenance, then you can hang on to it without renting it out. But keep in mind, you'll still be paying property taxes and some other taxes and fees along with it, depending upon your situation. So this is another option if the market's rising and you think things are going to be good in the future. If it's in a good neighborhood where people are buying houses and you see a lot of growth and population increase coming into this neighborhood, it could be a good idea to hang on to it instead of selling, because it could potentially be a good investment and cash cow for you in the future. Now, something you're going to have to consider that applies in pretty much every scenario is everybody's favorite topic: taxes. Uncle Sam's going to want a piece of the action with your inherited property, so it's important to talk with your attorney or your accountant to make sure you know the best course of action and how to deal with paying taxes on this property that you've inherited. You want to make sure you're considering all your options. So say if you're interested in renting out the property, but you're also interested in selling, but you're not sure exactly what you want to do, and wondering if there's other things out there, just do some online searching for ways that you can sell your property or things to do with a property. Another option could be like a lease option agreement. So if you're interested in selling or renting out the property, but you also want to sell, this could be a good way to structure your deal, so that way you are able to get some rental income while providing the option to sell, if that's something you're interested to do. Lastly, you want to make sure that you're comparing different scenarios to each other to make sure that you're getting the best possible outcome that you can for your situation. So maybe you're interested in renting, but also entertaining the idea of selling the property. Weigh both options. See how much money can I get from selling versus if I were to rent it out, how long would I need to rent it out to make this much money? Or if you need to sell within a certain time frame, should I go with an agent or to an investor? So just make sure that you're considering all the options here, so that way you will make the best out of this difficult situation that you've already been put in. So we at Stonebranch Properties can help you do that. We specialize in real estate solutions across New Hampshire and Massachusetts. So if you have any questions on anything that we talked about in this video today, or have any questions on just real estate in general, or what to do with in your specific situation, give us a call or visit our website. We'd love to chat with you and talk about how we can best help you and best help in this difficult situation that you're going through.